Welcome back to yet another Spellcaster Devlog series. For those of you who have conveniently forgotten or have never watched one of these videos before, I'm making a Metroidvania which is called Spellcaster, which is mostly based on casting spells. So this week, or however long it's been since the last video, I have been busy working on a few things, like first of all the drop item system that I started in the last video. Now actually saves the items that are dropped, I guess, between saves. So here's an example of that. So first of all, here are the two items. This is the one on the right is the normal one, or the one that you can place into the world, and the one on the left is one that gets created, like for example when the boss dies and drops an item. So you can see that after this I collected both of them and screenshotted it at the same point in time. So you can see that both of them disappear, and yeah, so that kind of works. And for those of you who are interested, here is how you save the drop items in memory, or how it gets saved. So if you don't know how what flowcharts are, this is a good time to mention, because I pretty much use the flowchart for this entire thing. So what a flowchart looks like is this. This is actually the flowchart that I used for this specific drop item saving system, and yeah. You basically just look at every branch and see what happens, and it really speeds up your development time by a lot, because you don't have to worry about what you're doing every now and then, or what you're doing randomly, I guess. So yeah, I'm not sponsored because I am, well, not famous enough, but yeah, there you go. Flowcharts, you should try it. So that's the drop item system. Secondly, and more importantly, I have started working on the actual spellcasting system. You know, the one that's literally in the name. So yeah, it's quite simple. This is the code for it, I guess, at least for the parts where it handles your inputs. So every frame it checks to see whether a key is down. If the key is just pressed, it calls a function. And when you release it, also calls the same function, passing in the amount of time you held it in for. And then based on that function, it will cast a specific spell. For example, here Fireball is bound to spell 1, or the A button. And it has to be shortened in a specific time, otherwise it does not get counted as fireball, and it will not be shot, and fireball will not be shot. So here are the spells that are currently in the game. So there's only two of them, and both of them are fire spells. So we've got Fireball and Fire Blast. So Fireball, you press A, it removes 10 mana, and it deals damage. So here is a clip of me using Fireball on my test dummy, which is also the basis for an enemy. So you can see that deals 6 damage when you hit it outright, and 3 damage when the explosion radius hits it. So here are the exact here is the exact stats here. So it costs a third of your mana bar, or 10 mana every time you use it. It deals 3 damage on contact plus 3 damage to everything in the radius, and it has no it's not mentioned here, but it has no cooldown. So I'm pretty sure cooldown set to something really like 0.3. So it's not noticeable. But yeah, that's Fireball. It's the more early game upgrade. And then you get Fire Blast. So for Fire Blast, it's a little bit different. You have to be holding A for 3 or more seconds. And when you let go of the A button, you should have 20 or more mana. Otherwise, it will not cast. So here's me casting Fire Blast. As you can see, it's like a range. And it deals I don't know, some random amount of damage here. But the thing is, if you're standing like right next to an enemy, like here, and then you shoot, it deals 42 damage. So 42 is the maximum amount of damage. Here are the stats as usual. So Fire Blast is a little bit different. It casts 21 mini fireballs, if you may, in a cone pattern. And it's got a really short lifespan, which is why you can see it stopping here. But yeah, each tiny thing deals 2 damage on contact, and it has no explosion radius, so this is just contact. So for a maximum of 42 damage. So this is more of the risky type, where you have to get right close in, and then you cast the thing. And yeah, then you deal a whole crap ton of damage to everything else. This is the more late game upgrade, so you won't be getting this anytime soon. So here is the chart of the what permanent upgrades there are. If you have any ideas for what to fill in these extra spaces here, especially for air and water, then there's a link in the description. We can design charms, permanent upgrades, and enemies. So you can design pretty much everything in the game. And if I end up accepting your idea, you'll make it into the credits. So yeah, why shouldn't you go fill it out, I guess. And lastly, I made a conversation system. So it's not actually saved yet, but here is like an example of it. So the saving function for this does not yet exist, so I'll be making that next week, alongside with possibly player animations. So yeah, that's all going to be very fun, and if you want to be notified when I release that video, please press the like and subscribe buttons. Remember, if you want to design an enemy, the link is in the description. And thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.